Hello folks. As a initial preface, details of this are down below, including all the appropriate links and whatnot. And then to continue. Hello folks. I'm just doing a little video here to talk about some issues with Creality CR-6 Special Edition. Specifically regarding the USB port. I ran into some fairly big problems that I solved, and looking at the internet, it looks like I'm not the only person that's had this, so hence a short video period. The first problem I ran into was in trying to get the CR6 to talk to a Windows computer through a repetier host. It wouldn't really work. Okay. I was trying to update extruder settings and I just could not get it to connect. I tried multiple computers and none of them would recognize the USB port of the printer. While I was looking around, I noticed that on the Windows Device Manager, every time I plugged in the printer, it would flag an error. It looked as though the printer was talking like it was an RS-232 port and not a USB port. And so it needed a RS-232 driver to be able to do that. I looked around the internet and found a couple of links to drivers. It looks like 3D Studios had addressed this issue, and they indicated that most of the Creality's boards used a FT232R chip, although some used a CH340, which are essentially USB to serial RS-232 serial chips. So I tried the one that they said is most likely to work, an F232R driver, nothing. Then I linked to a CH340 driver, and it worked right away. So I was able to, with a Windows computer, talk to the printer, update extruder settings. The next thing I was trying to do was get a Raspberry Pi to talk to it with Octoprint. Octoprint was configured, plugged it in, no connection. I could not get it to connect. I tried changing every setting I could imagine. Here again, I looked around the internet, I looked around YouTube, and I did notice that folks were having problems with their printer powering up whenever they plugged anything into the USB port. And I guess some people actually experienced board failures with this. I found a site on, a video on YouTube in German, which appeared to have had a solution to this. Now, I don't speak German, but I kind of watched what he did and emulated him, and it actually worked. What it seemed to imply was that the Creality board cannot handle the 5-volt signal that comes in from the USB line. And so if you isolate the 5-volt feed, which is a red wire, and just clip it from the USB connection from your Octoprint Raspberry Pi to the Creality printer, that you solve that problem. So I did that and it worked right away. So apparently Creality doesn't isolate the 5-volt line into their motherboard from the USB port, which they convert to an RS-232 signal, and their board gets confused and sometimes just burns up. So of course Creality doesn't publish any of this, so I figure maybe I'd save a few people hassle and heartache if I did. To illustrate, here's a USB cable. Isolated the red wire. Clip. Clip. That will allow the cable to work in a Creality CR-6 Special Edition printer. Thanks so much now. Bye.